eat other people's lunches? Stop it!
2+2, Thomas Jefferson, sucker!
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Oh, hell no!
Hey, see if they got any pie. Bring me some pie.
Do you like pie?
Why, hell yeah!
Crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Hail to the king, baby.
That's right, Hail to the King, baby. You are right back here on Undefined. Lunch right here on UndefinedRadio.com. Look, I know I've been gone a couple of weeks, but Mom had surgery, had to do all that. Cancer surgery went really, really well. I mean, it was a very invasive. I say it was invasive. Look, they had to remove part of her jaw, and I don't know if you people out there on Twitch can see this. If you're watching us on twitch.tv/Undefined Radio or watching live on UndefinedRadio.com, then they took out this part of her jaw, right? It's a big thing, and they had to go in there and go deep and get all the tissue. And then they took a bone out of her arm and had to reform her jaw. They did all this at one time, right? So the surgery is about 7.5 hours long. They do this, and you figure a woman in her 70s and under the conditions she's in, it's going to be tough. And, you know, everybody's scared to death. But that woman came through like a champ. She's in recovery now. She's probably going to be released this Friday.
Amen.
It's awesome. It's awesome. If you tell me God isn't awesome or God doesn't exist, then you haven't experienced anything in this life yet. So just get back to me when you do and when you see it in your life, because I promise you, it's for real, and it was awesome. And so thanks to everybody who out there had Mom in your prayers, who put, you know, like I said before on our Facebook Live video, if you missed that, then, you know, there were a lot of people reached out to me and they said, what's her name? Can we put her on the, what we really want to do is we want to put her on our, not only our prayer list at church, but the other people that we talked to who are at prayer groups, and it was very well received. We appreciated it. We couldn't do anything without you guys and gals out there who help us along the way. And like I said, I appreciate that. Thank y'all so much for doing that for us, for Mom. And we're back. We're back here at the studio trying to get everything back together. And lo and behold, this is what I have coming in this weekend. I've got Young Praise sitting over here to my right. Got Charles Moore sitting over here. Charles has been here before. It's been a few months back, though, hadn't it, Charles?
Yes, it was.
It's been a while back. So now we got Young Praise. He's got his. We're gonna play one of his singles today. His album drops on the 21st.
On my birthday.
His birthday. See, happy birthday. See, good things happen on your birthday.
21st of November.
That's right. So November 21st, his album drops. The release party is November 24th.
Yep.
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about his journey and pretty much anything else he wants to talk about. For those of you who listened to the Big Uglies this morning, they were a special guest of ours towards the end of Big Uglies, and we had a good time. It made it more fun to me.
Yeah,
so
we had a good time.
Y'all are welcome back anytime that y'all want to talk football. It's Tuesday morning, so y'all are welcome to come down, talk football, because me and JC just sit here and talk crap anyway all the whole time. Hey, look, it's nice to have other perspectives other than ours when it comes to, because we're biased towards our team.
Right.
I'm not going to lie.
Hey, you know I'm going to bring New York in there, though.
Dude, you got to hey, you're a New York guy, man. You got to do that. You have to kind of support your team.
NY.
That's it.
Man. Yeah, but we also love Tennessee, so
absolutely.
Titans are.
It's like
we have favor for them.
Like I'm a Texas Longhorn fan because I'm from Texas. That's it. Hook 'em horns. There you go. Beat TCU this weekend. You guys did great. I'm proud of you. But I'm also an Ole Miss fan because I'm here.
Right,
you know, this is my adopted town. My kids graduated from Ole Miss,
Yeah.
so it's hard not to be until you see them play, and then you're going, okay, maybe it ain't that hard. But that's what makes it fun. So y'all are always welcome. Anytime y'all want to come back, doors wide open, y'all come out and see us.
We appreciate you.
But we're here to talk about Young Praise today, though, on this lunch show. That's what I want to do. I'm excited about that. Hey, look, we got a full show lined up for you guys and gals out there. If there are specific songs that you want to hear, all you have to do is text me at 662-501-7129. You got a birthday dedication, let me know what it is. Your music is not limited to one genre, not just country, not just rock, blues, rap, soul, pop, whatever it is, gospel, whatever your flavor is, let me know. We'll play it. We're undefined for a reason. So we'll do that. If you were watching on the video, you want to comment on there, we'll try to get you. Hey, you have to be, if you look at our video on UndefinedRadio.com, you will see out to the side of it, there's a chat room right there. Why don't you just go ahead and chat us up a little bit. Become a follower of us on twitch.tv/Undefined Radio. It's free. It's easy. That way, whenever we go live, you'll know when we go live.
Right.
But we're going to play a lot of music today. If you don't believe that, look, here's this lineup. We've got Illyria, 50 Shades of Crazy. They are, friends of mine who, their lead singer passed away. tragically. But before they ever got the album done, so the past couple of years they've been working nonstop getting this album done. It is in the top 40 now. They have worked hard to do this. I cannot wait to play 50 Shades of Crazy for you guys. It is. This just shows you what hard work and dedication and having that passion to your craft does. We're going to play that. We got a little Sam Cooke in here because I love Sam Cooke. So we're going to have a little of that. But here's the thing. When you got Sam Cooke, Blake Shelton, Rag and Bone Man, and Bree Bagwell all in one playlist, that tells you we're undefined because that covers so many different genres in just 4 different things. But let's talk to Young Praise right now. First of all, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm blessed, man. I'm feeling good, man. Joyous. I had some cold coffee this morning.
Wait, cold coffee?
Cold coffee this morning, and I'm ready. I'm ready, man.
Oh, that's awesome because and this is the first time we've met.
Right.
Of course. Charles, like I said, we met a while back.
Yeah. Kindred spirits.
That's right.
Friendship.
How have you been since then, dude?
Pretty good. We came and we brought talent at that point also, but there's a difference between bringing talent and bringing a movement. And what we brought this go around is a movement. And Smooth is a great talent. I enjoyed working with him. But this is something, the way Young Praise and I met, it was a blessing. We met at Africa in April. And he was doing a feature on somebody else's.
Together.
Yes.
My brother, Robin Maestro, his girls.
Right. And he was doing a feature. And listening to him, sometimes you have to be quiet to hear what's going on around you. So I heard his spirit, and when he came off the stage, I went up to him and talked to him about working with him inside my studio. I gave him my information. We went back and forth because we kept meeting each other, and it was as if it was if the spirit, the energy, God was putting us in places so that whatever we were missing when it came to us linking up, I can't call God a he. It was trying to put us in the right place, right? So once we realized that connection was supposed to be made, we made the connection. We got in the studio, and we've been promoting the energy and the spirit of the Creator ever since. So,
that's awesome.
So the movement it's been awesome. Yeah, it has.
All right, so Young, let's talk about this real quick. First of all, you've had an interesting journey just from the little bit that me and Charles had talked about. Right. Tell me about your journey to get from where you were to where we are now, because to me it's a fascinating story. And look, when you can tell a story like you have, because just without giving anything away, when you can go through what you've gone through, life, what you've been through in life to get to where you are now and where you're going and your journey and what you see now. To me, you talk about inspirational people. A lot of us look towards movie stars and professional athletes as inspirational people. See, I believe it's the opposite. I believe, to me, the inspirational people are the people who are around us every day, who don't have all the money in the world or all the backing in the world to make it easy through this life. Sometimes there's a struggle. There are things that happen, and we can either succumb to that struggle or we can move on and make life what we want it to be. Tell us about your story. I'm fascinated by it.
Man, it's a blessing, man. It's been an experience, man, and it's divine, of course. Right. You know, what I went through, you know what I'm saying, was meant for me to go through, and what I haven't went through, it wasn't my role. You know, it wasn't part of the lane that God wanted me to, so I can be specifically who He want me to be. You know, and man, it's just straight up, man. Like, I was in the streets, bro. You know, I ain't know nothing about God. I didn't have no conscience, man. You know, of course, my mom, my dad, you know, they grew up in church. You know what I'm saying? And my dad was a deacon. He ended up, you know, but he ended up going back to the streets when him and my mom divorced. And when they divorced, my mom got out of church, you know, and I was young then. I didn't even, all I know is, well, God was a good person and He give you stuff, you know. I ain't know, you know what I'm saying, that He's there with me, that I ain't know that every hair on our head is numbered, That's how much he cares about us. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a specific number for every piece of hair on our head, you know, and it's a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? This world, so God really gotta be looking in on, you know what I'm saying? Like he really cares, you know, and I didn't know the power of love, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know that, you know what I'm saying, I could be a light. I didn't know that it was so much. I can have a purpose in this life, you know what I'm saying? And I was in the streets, you know, I went to gang bang trying to find a purpose, trying to find love actually. Gang banging, selling drugs, you know what I'm saying, chasing women, you know, chasing after money, idolizing things, myself, you know, just putting, you know, I'm just living just going with every wind, you know, just rolling with the winds, you know. But man, I ended up, you know, getting invited to church by a brother named Cashmere one day, you know, and for some reason he just made me laugh, you know, and he asked me like, man, you want to come to this church? He was visiting the church like 2 houses down from me. Like, man, you want to come? I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna go with you. You know what I'm saying? You seem cool, you know. So I went and I ain't heard nothing the preacher said, you know. I ain't heard the message. I ain't know what they were talking about. I stood up when they told stand up, sat down. They told us now you can be seated, you know. But all I knew was this fine girl was in front of me. You know, that's all I knew, you know. And that's all is it. But when I left, it was something inside of me that was like, that's where you belong. So I never stopped going. You know, I was still, you know, trapping. I was still, you know, burglarizing, robbing, doing a lot of things, trying to make ends meet. I just had a daughter, you know, it's my first child, you know, so I'm at that daddy mode now, you know, because I done watched my father, you know what I'm saying, abuse my mom, you know, and I always made a dedication that I would be a great father,
right?
You know, and I barely ever heard my dad say, I love you. Like lately he's been doing it, like God, prayers been answered, you know, and my dad, he's really seeing me, you know, and I just thank God for that relationship. But you know, when all of that happened, man, I just, you know, ended up, you know, coming to God, you know, on a whole nother different realm, you know, and while I was doing all this thing, everything I would do from that point, man, I would get caught. Like for real, like I would go to jail, like man, like but it was like God still had grace because the things that I was supposed to be serving real time for, man. I'm talking about it was times, man, homies don't put pistols up to my head, man. I done been in all kinds of situations. Wow. I'm drunk. I'm not even able to defend myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm really, you know, unconscious. Right. So I'm just bouncing, you know what I'm saying? My G's, they told me the whole story. Like, that happened. I'm all in his face, like, bouncing. I'm in the middle of the street, dancing. This man come down the street. I'm in the middle of the street. You know, so he like move, you know. So I ain't see him. So he hit the gas and hit the brake, boom. And I seen him. So I backed up out the street and he rolled on by and his window was down. So while he was riding by, I yelled the B word right in his face. I'm talking about like I know I was like, boo, right in his face. You know, and I ain't, you know, I was messed up. I was messed up, bro. And he went down the street or whatever. I ain't just too conscious of it. He went down the street, parked his car, and pulled and walked up to me. And I'm bagging up on my G Impala, and he pulled up, walked up to me, man, with the brand new Chrome 40, and put it to my face and said, "Boy, I kill you." So I'm just in his face, just acting a fool, you know. So he tried to pull it 2 times, and it wouldn't go. Right. And I remember when he told me that, because I remember that pistol in my face at that moment, you know, and it was clean. It was brand new. It ain't had not an ash on the inside of it. Like, it was fresh, but it didn't go off. Right. And he hit me with it twice. You know, I had swole and I was gone, man. And I went home and I'm knocking on the door. I'm constantly knocking on the door. And I'm drunk. You know, I'm not constant. My mama done open the door. I'm still knocking on it. Boom, 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 boom. And my mama, she kicked the pies out of my tail, man. I woke up so swole. But it was just God just showing me his grace. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have been dead. You know what I'm saying? I could have been serving a life sentence right now. You know what I'm saying? And I only did 2 years on a 5-year sentence. And man, in the midst of that, man, God, man, came in my heart, man. And I was tired of it. You know, I've heard of Lecrae, you know, and things like that. And those type of things, you know, had gave me hope. you know, in the situation that I was in. I was tired of constantly making the same mistakes. And then when they put that probation hold on me, I couldn't, because I was paying my way out. I couldn't pay my way out of this, you know, because I violated.
Right.
And I can truly say this is my second year since I was 17 years old that I've been off parole and probation since I was 17 years old.
Nice.
Yeah.
And nobody but God, man. I really walked down this parole, you know, this time. But, you know, God started, man, me in prison. You know, that's where he met me at.
Amen.
And I was reaching on brothers. Before I left the penal form, when I say almost every soul and every dawn was coming to church call. And it was just, God was just showing me this what I called you to do, and I can relate to them. You know what I'm saying? Homies from the hood, homies I used to bang with, rob with, they coming in there consistently and seeing, you know, first they thinking I got it. They like, oh man, run me some, P. Like, nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't with that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm on something better. You know? And I had to deal with gangs I was in, you know what I'm saying, and they not being cool with it. I wasn't coming to no black and blues. I wasn't doing none of that no more, you know. And God saved me also in the prison, because they was putting hits out on me, you know. But it was like God was protecting me. He was always making the situation, he was blocking the attacks the whole time, to the point folk came to me and he was like, man, that's you. Yeah, that's what God calls you to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect that, man. That it looks good on you. And he was like, man, I just fall back. I ain't gonna lie, man. I sent them out on you a few times. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what happened. He was like, but they was like, they couldn't do it. So I just, you know, he prayed about it, and that's what he told me. He said, I prayed about it, and that's what God wants you to do. He said he never thought he would pray about it, but he was like, why I can't get this, man? You know what I'm saying? They trying to get me sent to the compound. Right. And I was like, why I can't get this, man? You know, and but it was just God, you know. And then he ended up coming to Kanye. He never missed a church call after that. You know, so God was like, the same way I use you in this world, I use you out here. Right. And I kept going, man, and it's been a fight, you know what I'm saying? And I had to also, I learned a lot, you know what I'm saying? We go by a lot of religion now. It's a lot of tradition, you know, that's going on today, you know, but man, these people need love. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at. You know, it's I'm Praise, I'm way bigger than the music. Music is just a tool. Right. But the message is, you know what I'm saying, what's more important. Love, man. People want to know that. They don't care how much you know, they want to know that you care. Yeah. You know, so that's where I'm at, man. I'm about showing that love, man, to the people and expressing that love through my music. I take time with it. You know, me and my brother here, man, we take time making sure that the message isn't taken away by the excitement. Right. You know, so man, that's how I get here, man. And I just thank God, man, you know, because if it wasn't for God, man, I know, you know what I'm saying, that it was nobody but God who changed my life, man, because I didn't have no conscience, no God conscience. I'm talking about I was all about myself. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I didn't, man, I was selfish, bro. You know what I'm saying? And for me to have a heart, man, like, I would take what they call the boo-boo end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? I would take those sacrifices in life, because that's just what love is. I don't witness God. You know what I'm saying? You know, what you do in secret, he rewards you openly. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got nothing to prove out here to nobody. I done did enough. And I know God changed my life for a reason, because I'm not scared. Right. You know what I'm saying? I was man, treacherous. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not afraid to walk in love. I'm not afraid to love somebody. I'm not afraid to take the boo-boo end of the stick just so you can see the light. I'm not scared to take that sacrifice, because I trust God and I know this is not my home. Right. This is not my home eternally. You know what I'm saying? And this is just temporary. God and while I'm here, I have to live with purpose, because if Christ had a thought about himself one time, we wouldn't be here. Right. And he came so that we may be saved. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So that we may be saved. You know, and I know I'm human. You know, I can never amount to what Christ did, you know, but as much as depends on me, I'm going to live peaceably with all men, and I'm going to walk in love. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to keep pushing it for real. Right.
That's awesome, man. And that's look, to me, that's so powerful to be able to do that, to go through everything that you talk about. How many thousands, maybe millions of people can't come back from that? Right.
Who seriously.
And who, when they are, when they're confronted by God,
right,
turn away from it,
right,
because it's not the cool thing to do,
right,
or maybe they don't think they're worthy, or it's just not real, or whatever their excuse is, they turn away and they don't experience it. But you wrapped your arms around that,
right,
and decided, God's giving me a chance here.
Right.
I'm going to do something with this chance and introduce other people to that.
Right.
Absolutely.
That to me is special, and that's inspiring, dude.
Exactly.
I think that's awesome. So tell me about your music. How did this come about? How did this mesh come about?
Man, I'm everywhere. I'm first. I'll put that there. You can Google me. YUNG Praise. I'm everywhere, man. But man, God has given me this music, man. I love music. First off, I'm a dancer at heart. That's what a lot of people don't know. Mm-hmm. I'm a dancer. I'm first off a dancer. I love to dance. That's my freedom. That's my liberty, man. That's what God blessed me with, and I'm very unique at what I do. But when I gave my life to God, man, and when I gave my life to Christ, and I really, began to want to walk in purpose, I began to look and understand what's really going on. And as I watch the youth and I watch homeless, I'm in prison now. I'm with the ones that's really, making these mistakes. And as I watch them, I see that they are moved by the entertainment. They are moved by the music, and I read up on Pied the Piper. A lot of things, how the enemy is using the music to drive spirits into the minds of this generation. I won't even just say the young people, into the minds of this generation, but the young people are our future. So it's important, that we, because, like I can listen to Juicy J and not be moved by what he's talking about. Right. Just like I like all kind of music, know what I'm saying? Like I can listen to some, just get a little groove out of it. But a lot of people that are not spiritually strong, know what I'm saying, that are not, know what I'm saying, they don't have no discipline in the mind. They can easily be moved by this, know what I'm saying, and they are presenting so much all of these riches on these brothers that are giving these foul messages, and they are feeding them, and it's looking like success, and man, and I would, while I was in prison, man, that's where I started it. While I was in prison, man, I would have, I'm a big Lil Wayne fan. If anybody tell me today who is my favorite artist, I would tell them Young Thug. Why? Because dude is very, very creative. I respect talent. The message, I ain't with that at all. I'm totally against that. What I'm saying? He can get it. He can get the rounds. But yeah, for real. but when it comes to the talent and the gift, right. What I'm saying, creativity, I respect the work. Right. What I'm saying? And dude has a very, very unique sound. Dude has a very, very good sound, and he's creative, and he's good at what he do. Right. And I respect that. So while I was in prison, I had a lot of those songs and stuff in my mind, that, just, because everybody, I'm quite sure about everybody has some type of melody flowing through their mind, but I didn't want to think those things no more. And I would see, because I was trying to purify my mind by me thinking those songs. I started realizing how it would just change my whole demeanor, my whole spirit. So I just wanted to have I wanted to rejoice in something more purposeful. So I would take those words to those songs, and I would change them and make positive words to them. I would talk about God. I would talk about my future. I would speak words of faith. I would speak life over myself, speak blessings over myself, speak blessings on those around me through the music. And it began to help me. And I began to be, enlightened by the Spirit. Like I would be talking about something else in the song, but God would reveal something else to me. Right. And man, I just wanted other people to get what I got. Because man, this music is powerful, man. Like music is very, very important. We had to realize Satan's job. Like he had a third of heaven. Right. This man had a third of heaven over music and sound up there. He was so powerful to the point that when he when he decided to want to be God, and God sent him down, he took a third of heaven with him. Like, so many people agree with this man over God, over this music. So this man must have had some clout. Like, he must have had some power. You know, it must have became some authority with that music.
Right.
So, you know, I mean, I just wanted to give it, you know, and it began to enlighten me. So I started bringing it to church call. So I bring a prayer call. I be at the domino table rapping. You ain't gotta say nothing to me. I'm just gonna be rapping and rapping about God, and they don't even, it's random. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's just rapping about God at the table. And when I get through, you be like, man, that was live though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, bruh, I appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's good, bro. You need to keep doing it right there, you know. And it's just a blessing, you know. But yeah, man, I mean, that's how this music came about, man. And I love what I do, man, and I love to be an inspiration, you know what I'm saying, and to see young people lifted. He said, the joy of the Lord is our strength. And he also said, if I be lifted up, I draw all men unto me. Our praise precedes the victory. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he can go on and on about praise. And like my brother Chase say all the time, I call him Chase. When we talk about music, I call him Chase. He Charles when we on the business. He Charles, Mr. Moore. But when we talk about music, he Chase. He Chase on the beat.
Chase on the beat.
Chase on the beat. Yeah, but like he always say, you know what I'm saying, the best prayer you can give God is praise. Yeah. Cause when you praise God, you letting them know, Lord, I believe you. Yeah. I'm gonna praise you like it's already done. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm rejoicing in the blessing that I believe. You know what I'm saying? He tells us not to doubt. Believe and don't doubt. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I mean, he said, let each man be fully persuaded in his own mind. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, if that's what it's going to take to get you, man, to stay hyped up, man, for purpose, and to stay hyped up in Christ, man, stay hyped up in love, to stay turned to love, stay inspired and encouraged to love, and to be a witness, man, that's what we going to do. That's what it's about.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there. If you can't get that the guy is sincere about what he's saying, all you have to do is listen to that. Yeah, it makes a difference. FLJ says, "Hey guys,
hey,
how do you say that last name? Is it ONRY?"
Honorary. Honorary. Why are you being so honorary?
Because before I butcher something like that, I better be sure what the heck I'm talking about. So we're gonna play. We gotta take a quick break. But we're going to play Grind for the people. I want to hear this because your album, again, it launches on the 21st, November 21st. Yes. And when that day happens, we are going to be playing lots of music. But, hey, you guys don't go anywhere. We're going to play Grind. Let me know what you guys think about it, by the way. And we come back, we'll talk a little more with Young Praise, with Charles Moore. Lots more of that. You are listening to Undefined Lunch right here on UndefinedRadio.com.
Word on the streets, I'm a Christian. So when you see me, I be on a mission. And Christ, he can coming in the time. That's why I'm always on the grind. Word on the streets, I'm a Christian. So when you see me, I be on a mission. And Christ, he can coming in the time. That's why I'm always on the grind. Jesus Christ is coming. 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 Coming like a thief in the night, bro. You never had no time to get it right, bro. Within the last hour, so we close. 1 John 2 and 18, I'll let you know. So I put the armor hammer down in the kitchen. No more soda, no more yoda, no more chickens. I live for the king and I do it for the lost. Gotta show them they can win cause the sun picked the cost. Let them know them put their mind like a project. So let the blessings rain like a process. The last day something like a beast. That's why I'm trying to open up the eyes of the street. Word on the streets, I'm a Christian. So when you see me, I be on a mission. And Christ, he can come in the time. That's why I'm always on the grind. Jesus Christ is coming. 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 See me showing love all the time. So I'm always on the grind. Waiting on the coming of the King. He gon' reestablish everything. A new heaven and a new earth. I'ma give him praise while I watch him make it work. Every gate is made of one pearl. I'm already waving goodbye to the world. They wonder how I do it in the studio and telling me I should be on the radio. My haters said I would never make it, but I'm like, hey man, I know they won't make it. Word on the streets, I'm a Christian. So when you see me, I be on a mission. And Christ, he can come in the time. That's why I'm always living in me. And if you want him, he can live in you. Word on the streets, I'm a Christian. So when you see me, I'll be on a mission. And Christ, he can come at any time. That's why I'm always on the grind. Jesus Christ is coming. 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 Christ is coming. Jesus Christ is coming. Jesus Christ is coming. Jesus Christ is coming. Christ is coming. Jesus Christ is coming. Jesus Christ is coming. Jesus Christ is coming.
Undefined Radio. Don't let your station define you.
Hi folks, Ricky Swindle for Batesville Tire Muffler on the corner of Highway 6 and Eureka Street. Hey bud, are you always late? Because your tires are flat? Your old lady's on the phone with her mama telling her, Mama, he's crazy. So now mama's trying to talk her into all because you won't buy new tires. Come see me at Batesville Tire Muffler and I'll fix you up with a brand new set of Toyos and Duck Commanders or any brand you want. I can even finance them for you too. Then you can walk in on time and say, hello darling. And she'll say, I'm sorry. Batesville Tire Muffler, helping married women since 1975.
At Cockrell Family Medical Center, we believe in treating our patients like family. Having to go to the doctor's office can be a daunting experience for many people. But here at Cockrell Family Medical Center, we give you the best care with a smile and a caring heart. Our goal is to help you lead a long, healthy life with our health and wellness programs, weight loss program, supplements, vitamins, and so much more. Schedule your appointment today. Come by the office at 120 North Fleet Drive in Senatobia, Mississippi, or call us at 662-301-1128. Once again, that number is 662-301-1128.
And welcome back to Undefined Lunch right here on UndefinedRadio.com. We appreciate you guys and gals tuning in today and each and every day from 11 to 1 with the most insane and eclectic mix of music you are going to hear anywhere on any station in the world. That's a fact. Nobody does what we do. And because we mix, not only do we mix music radio, we mix talk radio. You're liable to hear anything. If you are interested in doing a show on the air here at Undefined Radio, and you don't have to actually come down to Senatobia to do the show. If you have the ability to record a show and a good quality show, and you can just email it, you have the ability to email it, do that. I have shows being sent to me from the UK. That's across the pond. That's a long way away. Yeah. So it's a place that I'm not going to because I'm not flying over big body of water like that. But they can send it to me and do a show from over there. You guys can do it too. The only thing is you just got to be creative and come up with something that you're passionate about, that you want to talk about or do the show on. We've got the place for you to do that at. That's what we're about right here. Doesn't matter what kind of things you're interested in doing. Like I said, we do it all. If you've got a show type that you'd like to do, let me know. If you want to host a radio show, you'd like to come down to the studio and host a show here, hey, I'm all for it. Don't care what genre it is. If you got something you want to do, just come down here and do it. All right. If you're into gospel, we have our Church in the Dirt show is on Sunday mornings from 8 to 10. Look, that is Texas red dirt gospel music right there. If you haven't heard gospel music done Texas style, well, tune in Sunday mornings from 8 to 10. It's awesome. Bryant Lane Cowboy Church sponsors that show, and it's really great that they do that. We really appreciate it. And you know what? It introduced me to a lot of cool music that I haven't really heard before. So that's what we do. So if you're interested in doing a show like that, let us know. We'd love to have you on the air because that's how you get things done. Follow your passion. Exactly. Always do that. Yes. But following your passion is not enough. You got to work at it. You got to strive for it. You got to make it happen. Having a passion, that's only the beginning. It's what you do with that passion and if you want to make it a reality. So do that. Right. Like I said, the studio, that's what this place is built for. It's not built for me just to have a good time by myself. I love helping people. I really do. All right? I can do it many other ways that doesn't cost me near as much money. So all right, guys. First of all, the song was amazing. I loved it. I can't wait to hear the rest of your album. I think that's going to be good. You mentioned one song earlier that I really now I'm excited to hear that song. Yeah. Just because you mentioned it to me.
Stay. We were talking. Praise was talking in the other segment about our love for music. We come from two totally different backgrounds, and we're two totally different age groups, but the music is still the same. The music is something that transcends most things that human beings put up as hurdles. Coming up in hip hop, I came up with KRS-One, Rakim, Run DMC, but at that point in my life, I also loved Ozzy Osbourne because Randy Rhoads, incredible guitarist. Rush, Neil Peart, incredible drummer. Phil Collins, he played like 12 different instruments. Prince played every instrument known to man. Michael Jackson, incredible entertainer. So my interest in music and my exposure to music was vast. That's why when I'm listening to an artist, I'm not really listening or focusing on who they are. I'm focusing on what's coming out of them. Because to me, music is like the birth of a child. How you develop it, what you put into it, is what people receive from it. So when you take that and you put in Young Praise's influences, Young Thug, Lil Wayne, because all those individuals came after. I've listened to them, but I can't really get into it because it's not my age group.
It's not your cup of tea.
You know, it's not where I come from. A lot of older individuals say, well, that music is a is the wrong direction. That rap did this, whatever. The problem is music is a communication. So whether it's Ozzy, whether it's Phil Collins, whether it's Prince, whether it's Michael, they're expressing their influences, what they went through in life, ups and downs, goods and bads. Lil Wayne is expressing what he knows, what he sees every day. Young Thug is expressing what he knows, what he sees every day. So I can't say what they're saying is wrong. I can just say, well, if what they're saying is wrong to you, then investigate what made them bring, what brought that out of them. Okay, and then pass judgment on that. Don't pass judgment on them. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We tend to, when we listen to religion or religious music or gospel music, we tend to pass our own judgments because somebody else say, well, Young Praise shouldn't be rapping gospel. Or, well, back in the day, they told Ray Charles that some of the licks that he was using were gospel licks, but he was using in blues music. Ray didn't see what he was using. He just used the tools at his disposal to get out the music that he had a passion for. So it's the same thing. Young Praise has a passion for the gospel, but he comes up with a generation of individuals that don't hear anything else other than that particular rap style. We may call it trap, we call it whatever we want, but that's what the kids are listening to. It's like a whole different language from what we're preaching in churches. So in churches, their platform is religion. What the youth is looking for is a platform of relationship. Okay. If through your words you don't express love to me, all you express is judgment on me, then there's nothing that I can hear or I'm going to listen to. Most individuals, because you were talking about this before, about God and the devil. Most individuals wake up and look in the mirror, and instead of seeing what's in front of them, they want to cover it up. They want to cover up what's in front of them. That's what I call the makeup effect. When we look in the mirror, instead of looking at the positive, we try to cover up the negative. Most women will throw on makeup and put on eyeliner and this, that, and the other, what have you. Most guys, instead of taking a shower, will put on some cologne and try and cover up the funk. Right. Cover up the funk. What you're doing. There you go. Right. You're
funky fresh.
Right, there you go. you're covering up and you're masking what should be dealt with face to face. I say this to a lot of people. Instead of looking in the mirror, look out the window. Okay, when you look out the window, you see what's going on out there, and then you place yourself in the midst, and then you either try and make it better or make it worse. Most of us just look in the mirror, and we're only concerned about what we see, which is ourselves. And in a greater picture, we don't matter. Okay, we were talking about it earlier with the football. It doesn't matter if you're a great player if you are a detriment to your team.
That's right.
Okay, the people that win are great teams. Yeah. The great teams of the world. And I told you I was going to mention it. This my philosophy, and because I have a lot of friends that are atheists, a lot of friends that are Christian, Catholic, Muslims, so on and so forth. My philosophy is plain and simple. God, the creator, spirit, the energy, whatever, Allah, whatever you want to call it, if that lives in you, then you're the body of the church. If you are the body of the church, then as the body of the church, you are heaven on earth. If you're heaven on earth, how earth is perceived, how earth is, whether it's good, bad, whatever, starts with you. Okay, starts with us. Okay, the greatest commandment ever given was love others as you would have others.
Love others as yourself.
You know, as you would have them do unto you. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I always try and say that one right because most people mess it up. You know, do unto others as they do unto you. That's not how it goes. Whether they persecute you, whether they lie on you, backbite you, whatever they do to you, that's not your platform. Your platform is to do what is right.
What is right.
And then they will follow suit. Yeah.
And we live in such a culture now where it's do unto others before they do unto you.
Exactly.
You know, and that's kind of the world we live in.
Yeah.
Right. And everybody is so afraid to be good to
do to others what they do to you, man. That's not love, man.
Right.
It's not.
That's not love
at
all.
It's crazy to me because if you look at any kind of news media at all, everybody is so biased about whatever their views, whatever ratings are going to be.
Right.
And there's this disconnect between the media and the real world.
Right.
And Hollywood and the real world.
Right.
You know, because what the media and all that would have you believe that this world is so chaotic and so bad that people hate each other and people of different colors hate each other, different races, religions, sexes, they all hate.
Right.
But my experience is just the opposite.
Right.
All right.
Right. Exactly.
So my experience is, you breathe the same color I do. We breathe the same air. You're a human being. I'm good to you. Only thing I ever ask is that you're good to me. I don't have to believe what you believe in. Exactly. It's not about that.
Right.
It's just about us living in the same world and getting along and being good to one another. Because this, like cultural appropriation, and I don't know where y'all fall at, but my whole thing is I love people's different cultures.
Right.
If I'm a huge Mexican food fan. Let me just throw that out there right now.
I can't eat Mexican.
I will appropriate some
Chinese food.
I like Chinese. I like Chinese people. I love Chinese people, man.
Yeah. My son loves Japanese culture. My son loves
Chinese.
My daughter does too.
Yeah, Japanese culture. They love it. They love it. My thing is this, right? You can say something right now, and I can say something, and you can say something. We can all say the same thing, but we're going to say it in a different manner.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, if you look at the world in general, there's so many different languages. So, what the word for virgin may mean little girl in a whole nother language. It's the same thing, but they're basically saying it in a different way. I could say it's dark outside, you could say it's night, you could say it's evening, because I don't know the difference between night and evening. I have not a clue. I don't know. Right, exactly. But you'll have individuals that'll say, well, I said it was evening. Okay, well, I thought you meant night. I said evening. Okay, well, if you can give me a definition for evening and night's not in it, okay, then
because I mean, it's weird. It's weird when you introduce yourself to somebody at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to just be like, good night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What's going on, man? Good night, man.
Right.
Like, what?
Well, it's not night.
Good evening.
Okay, good evening. Well, it's not evening. Okay, good day. What did you want me to say? I'm saying good. Okay, how about good? So taking that into account, since we all say things differently and we express ourselves differently, why are you going to hold it against me because I'm not saying it the way you want?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. What does it matter?
What does it matter? So if if you like the message, then listen to the music. If you like the music, then listen to the music. If you like the message and the music, then listen to both. If you don't like the music and that message you didn't understand, then go to the next track. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's right. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason for you. There's no reason for you to turn on and automatically hate.
I never understood that mindset.
Neither did I.
It's so much energy wasted.
Exactly.
In hatred and not liking people who they are, and that's what I don't get. I mean, it's I grew up when I grew up in Texas,
right?
And I've told this story before, but in the small town that I grew up in, which is smaller than Senatobia is,
right?
We had, I'm telling you, it was white, black, Hispanic,
right?
And that's all I knew.
Right.
We didn't really see skin color. What we saw was my buddy here. We played football together. We went hunting together.
Right.
And one of my Hispanic friends, his name was Jaime. And we got to high school, right? In high school, you have to start taking different languages and all that stuff.
Right.
But of course, the go-to language back then was really Spanish.
Spanish, right.
So I'm like, so we get in there first day. I'm like, dude, you're going to ace this class. He's like, dude, we don't talk like this. I don't know what this is. I'm like, what do you mean? It's Mexican. He's like, this ain't Mexican.
Right.
Like, we don't.
Right.
There's so many different dialects.
Dialects of right.
He said we don't. He said this is like proper Spanish. He said
Right.
I don't know what this is. He
Right.
said he took his book home to his mom. She didn't know what it was.
Really?
Yeah.
Proper
It's like
Spanish.
this is so different than
Right.
what we know.
Right.
But when we're taught things, and
Right.
the whole point is, there's a lot of learned behavior that we teach people.
Right.
You're a product of your environment. In the
Yes.
environment I grew up in, people were just people. They were just good
Right.
people and you had bad people.
Right.
I judge you by the content of your character.
Right.
And that's it.
Right.
I don't care anything else about you.
Yes. Right.
You know, I don't believe in a gay lifestyle, but I don't
Right.
hate you because you are.
Exactly.
No,
That's
exactly.
the
Exactly.
If
Don't
that's
hate.
you, then that's you, then that's
Right.
fine. I'll accept you
Right.
for whoever you are. It's
Right.
not my lifestyle, and that's
Right.
fine.
Right.
But if that's who you are, that's who you are.
Right. The first time I ran into prejudice was I was born in Bed-Stuy. Then my family moved to Crown Heights. When we were in Crown Heights, that was the first time I started going to private school. Right. So I was living in Brooklyn, but I was going to school in Manhattan. Dad was starting to do better. Lawyer, became a judge. So I'm taking the train and the bus. There was a guy named Frank. He lived in Bensonhurst. So we took the train together until we got to 96th Street. Then he went one way and I went the other. But we were kids. There was nothing. I didn't realize that he was living in a Caucasian part of Brooklyn because I just thought Brooklyn was Brooklyn, right?
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
so we're taking the train and so on and so forth, and a group of guys ran up on us, and we had bus passes then, and they took our bus passes, both of us. They pushed us down. I could have been more like 5th grade or whatever. Pushed us down, took our bus passes, and then they turned around and looked at me. Actually looked at me and Frank both. And they walked back and they gave me my bus pass back and walked away and didn't give Frank his. Frank was Caucasian. I didn't understand what was going on. Frank was hurt because Frank didn't understand what was going on. To this day, that's one of those things that really, really messed with me. Because and I say this and it may sound strange. If you're my friend, okay, you're gonna do bad to him, then do bad to me too.
That's right.
Okay.
No, exactly.
Do bad to me
That's
also.
real talk, yeah.
And you can't just hurt somebody because I knew how good of a person Frank was. He was a really, really nice guy. And for somebody to do him like that simply because of the color of his skin, you don't even know the kid. Okay, I don't even know if you even used the bus pass because our names were on the bus passes then. So 9 times out of 10, you just did it out of hate and out of spite. So I don't know what type of person Frank became after that. That's why I brought it up. I don't know what type of person Frank became after that because eventually we moved from Crown Heights to Hackensack, New Jersey. So Frank went his way and I went mine. So if Frank grew up despising a certain group of individuals, how could you hate him? I saw what happened to him. I saw what happened to him. I wouldn't say he should hate people, but I can understand where it would come from if he had to run into that type of situation all his life. So that being said, I don't care whether you're Caucasian. I don't care if you're African American, if you're Oriental, if you're Hindu, Indian, whatever the case may be. If you've been confronted by hate, don't let it overtake you.
That's right.
Don't let it overtake you. Love for the love's sake. Love for the sake of love.
Yeah.
Okay. Just love for the sake of. Yeah. And again, if you, I apologize.
Love has no boundaries.
I'm not homosexual, gay, whatever the politically correct word is. I don't, and I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying I'm not. That's not my lifestyle.
I actually am, but I love them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to hate them. No.
I'm saying that's not my lifestyle.
Exactly.
But between homosexuality and being a female in this country, that's got to be some of the hardest life to live. And again, I say that because homosexuals wake up with the thought process that somebody is going to say something or do something to me today through animosity.
That's right. So that's already in their mind at the forefront of their day.
In the forefront
so
of their day.
They already in defense mode.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And women are already leave the house thinking that somebody's going to say something. Today. I'm going to be harassed or something. I'm looking for it. What a world would it be if everybody could just wake up, leave the house, and just know that they're going to run into nothing but godly love.
Oh, exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Man, it would bring so much of a but media, and I say media music, it took that awareness from us. You know what I'm saying? It deteriorates that expectation.
That's what happens when we look at those things as our influences and our idols instead of our neighbors.
Right.
Who we grow up with, who we actually have, who we have relationships with.
Right.
We have these false relationships with people we don't even know.
Right, exactly.
And we take their word
for
everything that they say as the gospel truth.
Yeah, exactly.
We know absolutely nothing about them, what their agenda is, what they want, what their goals are. We have no idea.
Right.
That's like I would say 95% in the media, you have no clue if that's a legit story or not. It's gotten so bad now to where all three of us can go right out here and see the exact same thing, report the exact same thing, tell that guy the exact same thing, and report something totally different.
Exactly.
It's all different. It's all different. Our Tupelo says hate is too much effort, and our Tupelo, I agree with you, but it is definitely too much effort to hate people, and so. But that's cool, and that's what that's what we try to change, right?
Right.
I think, and that's kind of my whole goal here with Undefined Radio is like it's not what it's portrayed to be. If you're good to somebody, 99% of the time that person's going to be good to you.
Good to you.
It's just going to happen.
That's the reason why, that's the reason why I love this radio station. And I love the music that we do. It could be because it's building relationships. It's building bridges.
Yeah.
It's building bridges and knocking down hurdles.
Absolutely.
Why? Because I'm from New York, from Bed-Stuy, grew up in Hackensack, New Jersey. Why can't I love Kenny Chesney?
Just the fact you said Hackensack, New Jersey, and Kenny Chesney in the same sentence.
Why can't I love? You know, I saw Kenny Chesney for the first time in like 2000 something, and I heard him for the first time. But
seeing him, you have to look way down because he's about that tall.
Yeah, with the hat. But I went to his concert. I went to his concert because I love the content of the music. The music that he plays is so warm.
It's all feel good stuff.
Right, exactly. And it was really, I really appreciated. I could appreciate his music. I've been to several rock concerts and what have you. And again, it's the environment, the flow, the ebb and flow of it. A lot of times, rock concerts, what they play on the album is for the populace.
That's right.
But when you go to their concerts and you actually hear them as musicians,
get in depth with who they are as
an artist, and you have to get past the mask that they put on and understand who they really are. When you talk about hip hop artists, Pete Rock grew up with great influences of jazz. That's why his mixing. A lot of people don't understand it. Fresh Prince, Jazzy J was one of the best DJs in the world. He could butterfly cut. He could do incredible things when it came to mixing. There's so many DJ Heard, so many individuals who are in the back scenes that create all this incredible music that we hear. What we call ghostwriters for hip hop. Young Praise writes all of his own lyrics, but you have a lot of individuals who are out there right now who have ghostwriters who write for them. You'll never hear about them. But when you hear the music, you hear the lyrical content, and you put it all together, and then you see the individual who's actually behind it. They probably had nothing to do with that type of lifestyle, but they were impressionable enough to listen to the stories that were being told to them and come up with a storyline. Best story, I apologize. Best story ever heard, written by hip hop artist was called "Storyteller" by Slick Rick. Slick Rick came up. It was a small beatbox with a 8-track cassette recorder.
Oh wow!
8-track cassette recorder, and he was from England, so he utilized this American voice for one track and utilized his English voice for another track, and came out with a song that has lasted over 20 years. And this was after he went to jail. I mean, this was before he went to jail. He was in jail for what, about 15, 20 years?
Yeah, about. Yep, 15. Yeah, 15. I think probably.
Got out of jail, and that same song, it would be considered one of the top hip hop songs ever written, and it was just by a kid with a drum machine and a mixer.
It's amazing.
Incredible.
All right, so you're going to be in Senatobia though, really, really soon. So we got to talk about that real quick.
Yes.
That is October 6th from 12 to 6 p.m.
Right.
101 Hudson at New Ford Church. Tell us about that show.
Man, it's gonna be dope, man. We got Fireproof Records will be in the building. Also, man, we're gonna have DJ Genesis on the ones and twos, man. It's a lot of sponsors. WLOK will also be in the building. You know, the radio personnel for her. I forgot who the other guy is, but it's gonna be fantastic. We're gonna have bouncers out there. You know, people love to eat, so we're gonna have that food out there. You can, you can come get you some of that food. I advise you to get there before me. You know, because when I get to the food, it may not be no more food out there. You know, but I like to eat, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. They gonna have the bouncers out there for the children, man. You know, I'm probably gonna be in the bouncer somewhere with the kids. I love children, man. I love children, man. Because even Christ said, "You don't come to me like one of these children, I can't receive you."
Right.
And I like the pureness of a child. You know what I'm saying? Just the curiousness. You know, and I just love it, man. And you know, some folks just too grown, you can't tell them nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather hang out with kids any day.
Yeah.
You know,
so pleasant to be around.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a lot of artists. We're gonna have MKJ out there. Polly Crusade, she's gonna be in that bad boy. Who else we got? We got D Mercy gonna show up. I also got features with D Mercy. That's my homeboy. We call each other the charge partners in Christ. Me and this man got stung by a bee at the same time, man. Like it's been different situations. Me and this guy done dealt with, like like God has really put us together, man. So it's just, you know, man. But it's gonna be real nice, man. We gonna TB. Terrence, TB Boyce, I think he should be the mayor of Memphis. You ask me, he's a really good dude because he's serious about the people, he's serious about the community, man, and I respect it. I really do, man. I think God's son is going to be in the place of God's warrior, I believe. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be real nice, man. It's going to be a show all day event, man. An event you don't want to miss, man. So at 101. Hudson, like 101 Dalmatians.
That's it.
101 Hudson, HUDSON for your GPS.
There you
it's
go.
Gonna be there at New Ford Church. on the parking lot, man. We're gonna be out there. It's gonna be live, man. It's gonna be some sponsors. It's gonna be some vendors there. It's gonna be real big, man. They got a lot of people coming out. They got a good marketing strategy for it, so it's gonna look real good, man. And God's opening some major doors. So that will be in your city, San Antonio, Mississippi, October the 6th. Get out there.
Ain't no reason not to come out and do it. Come on. Reason not to enjoy good music, good people, good food, good fun. That's what you want to do.
Yeah. Man, you can't go wrong with that, man.
That's right. Before I let y'all get out here, let's talk about the album again real quick. Okay. The release date again is November 21st. What's the name of the album?
No More Excuses.
There you go, right there. The release party is November 24th.
Yes. It'll be in Memphis downtown, 99 cent. It's a beautiful place. It's nice upstairs. You can get something to eat downstairs, full-fledged. Lounge. It has a stage, sound area. It'll be a nice place. People who believe in God shouldn't think that they can't enjoy life. It saddens me every time I talk to somebody who proclaims Christianity. They're going through the worst situation in their lives. As a Christian, life should be a beautiful experience. Yes. You should be able to enjoy life. Here's my thing. People who call themselves recovering alcoholics cannot go into a bar because they may be influenced by the temptation of drinking. If that's the case, then you're not recovered. Okay, that means that you're keeping yourself away from the temptation that you subside to. Now, don't get me wrong. I've never drank before in my life. I've never smoked, but I do have an addiction, and it's just women. But I couldn't not go out into the world, okay, and keep myself away from women. I had to find within myself a recovery where women don't have that type of effect on me. Yes. Same thing with the alcoholic. You should be able to go to a bar while everybody's drinking and not have a taste. And somebody who recovers from smoking should be able to stand in the midst of people smoking and not even give it a second thought. As a Christian, if you have been sanctified, saved, you're a recovering sinner, basically. You're a recovering sinner, then you should be able to go out, enjoy yourself, have fun, and the negative influences of being out and about amongst social situations shouldn't affect you at all. So, again, we're going to be having a great time. Of course, it's going to be gospel music, whether it be choirs, whether it be rapping, whether it be just spoken word. We're going to be coming out giving the message in a beautiful manner. So you can come out, you can eat, you can enjoy yourself. When you leave the building, you will have to go out into the world, okay? and and you're going to have to be able to fight whatever demons that you're dealing with. Hopefully, that fight has already been that war has already been casted and won.
That's awesome.
Oh, and it's going to be free.
Yes.
This is going to be free.
It's going to be
come
free.
in for the free.
Right.
You so there are no more excuses for you not to show up.
Ain't no more excuses. It's really no more excuses now. Like, for real. The last listening party we had, it was nice, man. It was nice. And I really, really appreciate everybody that showed up. My family, friends, loved ones, man. It was oh my God, features, even the guest artists. I gotta give it to Queen Taki. Queen Taki came through and opened it up. First one, you know what I'm saying? It's my sister. She's an artist with C.M.I Productions also. We had B Radical, his wife, opened up D Mercy. And then, you know, man, God is good, man. And it was 10 to get in, you know, but we was starting and we was trying to build up, man, for this. But, man, God opened major doors. So y'all get in for the free. Come on in. Like my brother said, no more excuses now. You need to be there.
I want to give a huge shout out to a young lady. We just spoke on her, Queen Taki. Queen Taki's story is phenomenal. She is a beautiful spirit when it comes to her. There's nothing that she wouldn't do for anybody. And I want to thank her for being a part of what we do. A lot all throughout her career, a lot of people have used her musically, didn't do right by her. We love her. we think she's a beautiful
individual,
and we're trying to do everything we can to encourage her and to help her keep her thing going,
motivated.
Keep her motivated. Yeah. We're going to give a shout out. There's a place in Memphis. What's it called? Where they perform?
Brinson's.
Brinson's is a beautiful place to go to hang out. They have good food, good music, good people. Ownership is great. It's just a place to go. And Queen Taki comes down there and she lights it up all the time. She's a beautiful spirit. I just want to be able to put her name into the spirit, into the energy, and help it be lifted up. You keep doing your thing, girl. Everything you're looking for will come to you.
Queen Taki.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got lots more music coming up. Illyria, 50 Shades of Crazy, Sam Cooke, Bringing It On Home to Me, Blake Shelton, Old Red. We got Rag and Bone Man with Human. Remember, No More Excuses. It drops November 21st. That's Young Praise's birthday, so it's an extra special birthday present. And hey, real quick, where can they find this album, man? Where can they?
When it drops, I'm telling y'all, it's gonna be everywhere. When I say everywhere, I mean everywhere.
So
my Cat Williams voice.
iTunes, that's right.
iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, Google Play, Amazon,
everywhere.
That's right.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Guys and gals, let me tell you this.
And we're gonna have physical copies.
There you go.
Hey man.
These artists, this is a great and an inexpensive way for you as a person to support these guys out here doing what they're doing and getting their messages out. Because without that support, they really can't continue to do what they do.
That's right.
And you can just put the Happy Meal down, lay the Big Mac to the side.
Just one good time. One good time.
Go ahead and spend that little bit of money right there. Look, it's helping you. It's saving your life. It's a health issue anyway. So go ahead and help these guys out.
Amen.
This is what we do, and this is for all artists. I always believe in buying these indie artist music.
Right.
Yeah, I'm giving a lot of music by a lot of people because of what we play on the radio. But indie artists, I buy their stuff because I think it's important to do so. It's easy to do so. And it's just always good to give. And you're giving back to people who are giving you things and giving us good music and a part of their soul and a part of their spirit is something super important. So look for No More Excuses, November 21st.
Right.
You'll hear a lot more from Young Praise, I promise you. He'll be back in the studio. I promise you that. We'll have to get him and Charles in here, especially for football. We got to talk more about that as well.
Come in and kick it.
Hey, and
I'm going to bring my cold coffee, too.
That's right, dude. Bring your cold coffee.
I'm good with the water.
We will talk more about your album, too. I'd like to have you back in here when we get closer to that, or even after that. Maybe even after the release party. We'll try that next week. Get you in here and talk about it.
Yeah.
Man,
we'll talk about the release party and how the album's doing. We'll
be out there and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys and gals, let's get you to some music, a lot of stuff. Thank you guys so much for coming by today. And you are listening to Undefined Lunch right here on UndefinedRadio.com.
Wow.